Welcome to a journey into the serene world of Japanese rock gardens, a timeless landscape tradition that has inspired generations with its graceful simplicity. In this video, we'll uncover how these minimalist masterpieces can be seamlessly integrated into modern homes, enhancing both outdoor and indoor spaces. With their roots in Zen Buddhism, Japanese rock gardens, also known as Karesansui, represent more than just stones and gravel. They embody a philosophy of harmony, contemplation, and nature's essence. Let's dive in and explore how these symbolic landscapes can transform your modern home into a sanctuary of peace. Before we step into the design details, it's essential to understand the historical and cultural roots of Japanese rock gardens. Originating in Kyoto's Zen temples during the Muromachi period 1336 to 1573, these gardens were created as spaces for meditation and reflection. Unlike lush gardens, Karesansui gardens use dry elements, rocks, gravel, sand, and occasionally moss, to represent natural forms like rivers, mountains, and islands. This abstraction of nature speaks to the Zen ideal that true beauty lies not in complexity, but in the mindful arrangement of simple, natural forms. In the world of Japanese rock gardens, simplicity is not just aesthetic, it's a core philosophy. The concept of Kanso, meaning simplicity or elimination of clutter, is one of the 7 principles of Zen design. This principle encourages the use of minimal, purposeful elements arranged with care and intention. In modern homes, this translates beautifully into spaces that feel open, calm, and curated. The power of simplicity allows each element, stone, sand, plant, to speak louder and evoke deeper emotion, inviting the viewer to slow down and connect with the space. Incorporating a Japanese rock garden into your home begins with strategic outdoor placement. Whether you have a spacious backyard or a compact courtyard, the garden should be positioned where it receives balanced natural light and can be viewed from indoor living areas. In modern settings, placing the garden adjacent to glass walls or sliding doors enhances the visual connection between indoor and outdoor. This seamless blend not only extends your living space visually, but also allows the tranquil energy of the garden to flow inward. One of the beauties of Japanese rock gardens is their adaptability to various sizes. You don't need a vast landscape to create impact. Even a small corner of a patio, terrace, or balcony can become a sacred Zen zone. The key is scale, selecting stones, gravel patterns, and features that match the proportions of your space. In smaller yards, fewer but larger stones can make a powerful statement, while in larger spaces, you can create more intricate patterns and layered symbolism. Proportion and balance are everything. Stones are the heart and soul of any Japanese rock garden. Each stone is carefully chosen for its shape, color, texture, and symbolic meaning. In Zen gardens, stones can represent islands, mountains, animals, or even human presence. When designing your garden, look for stones with a natural, weathered appearance, nothing polished or artificial. Arrange them in odd-numbered groupings to maintain an organic look. Upright stones often symbolize strength, while flat ones suggest tranquility. Think of stone placement as visual poetry, each one telling part of the story. Gravel and sand are the canvas of the Japanese rock garden. They represent water, emptiness, or the void, concepts central to Zen thinking. Raked into patterns that mimic waves, ripples, or flowing streams, the gravel creates motion and stillness. The act of raking itself is meditative and invites introspection. Choose fine gravel in shades of white, gray, or beige for a modern home. Keep patterns simple. Concentric circles around stones, parallel lines to suggest waves, allowing the mind to wander and reflect without distraction. While Japanese rock gardens are often dry, the selective use of greenery like moss or dwarf pines adds depth and softness to the scene. Moss in particular symbolizes age and continuity, grounding the rocks and offering a subtle contrast in color and texture. For modern homes, keeping plant choices minimal maintains the clean aesthetic. Small bonsai trees, ground-covering moss, or ferns work well and require little maintenance. The goal is not to decorate with plants, but to use them as quiet accents within the landscape. In Japanese aesthetics, empty space, known as ma, is just as important as the elements themselves. It's the silence between the notes, the pause between the stones. When designing your rock garden, resist the urge to fill every corner. Allow negative space to exist, giving each stone and ripple room to breathe. In a modern home context, this principle echoes the minimalist design ethos. Less is truly more. The empty areas invite mindfulness and imagination, letting the observer complete the scene in their mind. A Japanese rock garden often benefits from a subtle enclosure that defines the space without overwhelming it. Bamboo fences, low stone walls, or wooden screens provide a backdrop that frames the garden like a piece of art. In modern homes, these can be reinterpreted with steel or concrete borders, clean wooden slats, or glass panels. The goal is to create visual containment while maintaining an open and uncluttered feel. These edges help to focus attention inward, reinforcing the garden as a space for calm and reflection. Traditional Karesansui gardens are dry gardens, but modern interpretations sometimes incorporate water features. A small, still pond or reflective water basin can complement the dry elements, creating a dynamic balance. In contemporary designs, using a minimalist water bowl with smooth stones can evoke the presence of water without disrupting the garden's simplicity. If you choose to include water, keep the design understated. so it doesn't overpower the raked gravel or stone placements. Subtle sound from water movement can enhance the tranquil ambience. Lighting is a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of outdoor rock garden design. Soft, indirect lighting, especially warm-toned LED path lights or concealed uplights, can highlight stone textures and create gentle shadows. Use lighting sparingly to preserve the garden's mystery and meditative quality. In modern homes, integrate lighting into architectural elements such as retaining walls, overhangs, or garden borders. The goal is to create a nighttime atmosphere that invites slow pacing and quiet contemplation, turning your garden into a calming retreat after dark. When integrating a Japanese rock garden into a modern home, material choices matter. Use elements that harmonize with your home's architecture. Raw wood, matte concrete, dark steel, natural stone. Avoid shiny or overly decorative materials that clash with the garden's understated charm. Neutral palettes work best, allowing the forms and textures to shine. For walkways or decks adjacent to the garden, opt for smooth wooden planks or natural slate tiles. These selections create continuity between garden and home, reinforcing the connection between inside and out. Now let's step closer to the home. A key principle in Japanese garden design is Shakkei, or borrowed scenery, where the garden visually extends beyond its borders. In modern homes, large glass doors or windows can create this effect from the interior. Positioning the garden where it's visible from the living room, dining area, or bedroom draws nature inward and enhances daily mindfulness. Curtains or screens can be used to occasionally veil the view, inviting a ritual of opening and discovering the serene garden each morning. Indoor Japanese rock gardens are gaining popularity as part of wellness-focused living. These are often smaller, tabletop, or corner installations that bring the essence of Zen inside. Use shallow trays with fine gravel, a few carefully selected stones, and moss or mini bonsai. Raking the sand becomes a daily practice in stillness. Place these in entryways, meditation rooms, or offices where they can serve as a quiet mental reset. Indoors, they serve less as decor and more as a personal sanctuary from modern noise. An elegant way to incorporate a Japanese rock garden into your home's interior is at the entryway. Imagine opening the door to a low, raked gravel display beneath a soft spotlight, with a single upright stone as a focal point. This design immediately sets a tone of calm and intentional living. It's an invitation to leave the chaos of the outside world behind and enter a space that values stillness and clarity. Materials like polished concrete or pebble tiles can integrate the design with modern flooring. A meditation nook doesn't require a dedicated room, just a quiet corner with soft flooring, natural textures, and a simple Zen garden. Include floor cushions, subtle lighting, and a background element like a stone sculpture or raked gravel. This space becomes a mental retreat where you can sit in silence or practice mindfulness. In a modern context, this nook can be part of a bedroom, hallway, or even a spacious bathroom, as long as it evokes simplicity, solitude, and spiritual quiet. To ensure your interior complements the Japanese rock garden theme, choose furniture with clean lines, low profiles, and natural materials. Would linen, bamboo, and stone work best? Avoid ornate designs or bold patterns. Keep furnishings sparse. Just what's needed, nothing more. The empty space around the furniture should echo the negative space in the garden. A simple bench facing an indoor garden scene, for example, becomes a meditative station. Let your home feel curated rather than decorated, where each item has presence and purpose. Incorporating sound can elevate the sensory experience of your Zen garden. Indoors, this might mean soft instrumental music, chimes, or even the quiet trickle of water from a tabletop fountain. In outdoor spaces, wind rustling through bamboo or water bubbling gently in a stone basin enhances the sense of peace. Choose sounds that are natural, slow, and unobtrusive. This creates a full immersion that touches not just the eyes but the soul. With sound and silence in balance, your garden becomes a space of deep relaxation. The color scheme of a Japanese rock garden is deliberately muted to promote calm. Earthy tones, grays, browns, greens, off-whites, dominate both garden and adjacent interiors. In modern homes, match wall colors and flooring to these natural tones to create a seamless flow. Accent with textures rather than colors. Raw wood grain woven textiles, matte ceramics. The visual simplicity invites deeper emotional richness, allowing users to focus on the shape, flow, and symbolism of the space, rather than being distracted by contrast or clutter. Every element in a Japanese rock garden carries potential symbolism. A trio of stones might represent family, a ripple in gravel could mirror life's journey, and moss might signal enduring strength. While traditional meanings are rich and beautiful, feel free to assign your own significance to your garden's features. Modern homes should reflect the spirit of their owners. Use your rock garden as a silent storybook, one that whispers meaning to those who pause long enough to listen. Unlike traditional gardens, Japanese rock gardens are low maintenance, but they still require intentional care. Rake gravel regularly to refresh patterns and remove debris. Clean stone surfaces gently and trim moss if necessary. More importantly, maintain the space as a sacred zone, free from clutter, noise, or neglect. In this way, tending the garden becomes a mindfulness ritual, not a chore. It's a daily reminder to slow down, breathe, and realign your pace with nature's steady rhythm. Japanese gardens subtly embrace seasonal shifts. Indoors or out, you can reflect the changing year through minimal additions. A fallen autumn leaf, a sprig of cherry blossom, a small snow-covered stone. These touches keep your space alive and in tune with the natural world. They remind us that nothing is static, and beauty often lies in transience. In modern homes, this practice adds organic elegance without the need for seasonal redecorating, honoring both tradition and today's minimalist lifestyle. Ultimately, the power of a Japanese rock garden in a modern home lies in its ability to reshape how we live. It's not just a design, It's a way of seeing, being, and moving through space. Whether it's a backyard sanctuary or a small corner inside, this garden style invites presence. It softens the edges of modern life with timeless wisdom. As you embrace this design, you may find yourself breathing deeper, moving slower, and appreciating more. That's the quiet power of simplicity. As we conclude this exploration, remember that a Japanese rock garden is more than a visual feature. It's a spiritual invitation. In the simplicity of stone and sand lies profound beauty and calm. When brought into the context of a modern home, it becomes a bridge between tradition and innovation, between the chaos of the world and the peace within. Whether placed outdoors or indoors, these gardens offer a space to return to yourself again and again. Embrace the power of simplicity and let serenity find you.